guys, it's me and my brother cleaning out his room, and this is what he found. A series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket, book the first, The Bad Beginning. Started out with bad. Oops, sorry. Sorry, that was bad. Like doing that. I was looking at the book, not the camera. So yeah, and I am going to read like 2 or 3 pages of this book. This is the first episode of Unfortunate Events, and I think it's really good. Unfortunate Events, really, really good. Look at that handwriting. If you don't know what that says Lemony Snicket. And I'm going to read the blurb. Right. Dear reader, I'm sorry to say that the book you are holding in your hands is extremely unpleasant. It tells an unhappy tale about 3 very unlucky children. Even though they are charming and clever, the Baudelaire siblings lead lives filled with mystery and war. From the very first page of this book, when the children are at the beach and receive terrible news, continuing on through the entire story, disaster looks at their heels. One might say they are magnets of fortune. You probably can't see it, guys, but I am of misfortune on here. My finger. Misfortune. In this short little learn, the 3 youngsters encountered a greedy and repulsive villain, itchy clothing, a disastrous fire, thought of stealing their fortune, and cold porridge for breakfast. It is my sad duty to write down these unpleasant tales, but there is nothing stopping you from putting this book down at once and reading something happy. If you prefer that sort of thing, with all due respect, Lemony Snicket. So that was the blurb. It's pretty interesting. And now these are all the other books. I've got that book. Yeah, there's different kind of books up to the end. Let me just zoom in. The end, if you can't see that. Anyway, there are all the books. There is 13 books altogether. This is the picture before in the other page. Still looking at that, I'll make sure to show you. To Beatrice, darling dearest dad, she does have the count off. Let me just find chapter 1. If you're interested in stories with happy endings, you would be better off reading some other book. In this book, not only is there is no happy ending, there is no happy beginning, and very few happy things in the middle. This is because not very many happy things happened in the lives of the 3 Baudelaire youngsters. Violet, Klaus, and Sonny Baudelaire were intelligent children, and they were charming and resourceful and had pleasant facial features, but they were extremely unlucky, and most everything that happened to them was wreathed with misfortune. Mystery and despair. I'm sorry to tell you this, but that is how the story goes. Page 2. Their fortune began one day at Briny Beach. Briny, I can't pronounce. Briny Beach. The three Baudelaire children lived with their parents in an enormous mansion at the head of a dirt and busy city, and occasionally their parents gave them permission to take rickety trolley. The word rickety, you probably know their means of steady, or likely to collapse. Along to the seashore, where they would spend the day as soon as a vacation, as long as they were home for dinner. This particular morning, it was grey and cloudy, which didn't bother the Baudelaire youngsters one bit. When it was hot and sunny, Bruni Beach crowded with tortoise, and it was impossible to find a good place to lay one blanket. One grey and cloudy day, the Baudelaire had the beach to themselves to do what they liked. Violet Baudelaire, the eldest, liked to skip rocks like most 14-year-olds. She was right-handed, so the rocks skipped farther across the murky water when Violet used her right hand. Then, when she used her left hand as she skipped rocks, she was looking at a horizon and thinking about intervention. She wanted to build. Anyone who knew Violet well could tell she was thinking hard because her long hair was tied up in a ribbon to keep it out of her eyes. Violet had a real knack for inventing and building strange devices. I'm up to the devices. So her brain was often filled with images of pulleys, levers, and gears. And at the end, she never wanted to be distracted by something. As I'm up to. Oh, you can't see it. They're trivia. As her hair. This morning, she was thinking about how to construct a device that could retrieve a rock after you skipped it into the ocean. Klaus Baudelaire, the middle child and the only boy, liked to examine creatures in tide pools. Klaus was a little older than 12 and wore glasses, which made him look intelligent. He was intelligent. The Baudelaire parents had an enormous library in their mansion, a room filled with thousands of books, one nearly every subject. Being only 12, Klaus of course had not read all of the books in the Baudelaire. Library. But I'm gonna read this page and then this page, and then that's all I'm gonna read to you. My library, but he had read a great many of them, and he had written a lot of information from his readings. Let me just read this one. From his readings, he knew how to tell an alligator from a crocodile. He knew who killed Julius Caesar, and he knew much about the tiny, slimy animal found at Briny Beach, which he has examined now. Sunny Baudelaire, the youngest, liked to bite things. She was an infant and very small for her age, securely large than a boot. What she lacked, if you can see it, what she lacked in size. However, she made up for with the size and sharpness of her 40s. Sunny was at an age where one mostly speaks in a series of intelligible shrieks, except when she used a few actual words in her vocabulary, like bottle, money, and bike. Most people had trouble understanding what it was, and that Sunny was saying. For instance, this morning she was saying gag, gag over and over, which probably meant look at the Mr. figure rearing from the fog. Sure enough, in the distance, along the misty shore, briny beach, there could be seen a tall figure striding towards the boat of their children. Sonia had already been staring at and shaking at the figure for some time when Klaus looked from the springy crab. He was examining it and saw it too. He reached over and touched Violet's arm. I can't see that one. If you can see it. They brining. Where am I? Where am I at? I forgot where I am. I'm brining her out of her inverting thoughts. Look at that, Klaus said and pointed towards the figure. It was drawing closer, and the children could see a few details. It was about the size of an adult, except her head was tall and rather square. What do you think it is? Violet asked. I don't know, Klaus said, squinting at it, but it seems to be moving right towards us. We're alone on the beach, Violet said, a little nervously. There's nobody else it could be. It could be moving towards. She felt the slender, smooth stone in her left hand, which she had been about to try to skip as far as she could. She had a sudden thought to throw it at the figure, because it seemed to be frightening. And page 6, I haven't read, so I've read 5 pages.